Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us as we conduct a unique video change of charter for Joint Program Executive Office for Armaments and Ammunition between Brigadier General Alfred F. Abramson III and Brigadier General Vincent F. Malone II. Our host for today's ceremony is the Honorable Bruce Jetty, Assistant Secretary of the Army of Acquisition, Logistics, and Technology. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Michael Cherry, and I will be the narrator for today's event. Our Army's history is filled with thousands of examples of adaptation and perseverance, and today's ceremony is no exception. As we work through the challenges of the COVID-19 virus, today's ceremony is a continuum of procedures practiced since the birth of our Army in 1775. It is an event that is rich with tradition, symbolism, and heritage. We continue these traditions today by coming together virtually while being apart physically. You will now hear a message from the Honorable Bruce Jetty.
Thank you for the opportunity to address the hardworking and dedicated team at the Joint Program Executive Office, Armaments and Ammunition. Today, we honor General Brigadier General Al Abramson for his leadership and significant accomplishments, and we welcome Brigadier General Vince Malone as he assumes his new role of leadership. Brigadier General Abramson has served with distinction as the JPEO since December 2017, leading the mission to develop and procure conventional and leap-ahead munitions to increase the warfighter's combat power. During his tenure, he managed a budget of more than $4 billion, led a workforce of more than 1,000 military, civilian, and contractor professionals who were responsible for the development, production, fielding, sustainment, and improvement of over 400 products. Al Abramson has done a superb job, strengthening the link and solidifying the trust with the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines this JPEO serves, as well as the organic industrial base and partner nations. While his accomplishments as JPEO Armaments and Ammunition are many, let me highlight a few which significantly advanced our Army's modernization efforts and ensure our Army's ammunition enterprise remains effective and efficient well into the future. Under Brigadier General Abramson's leadership, the JPEO team completed artillery modernization of 48 Army brigade combat teams, modernized Army 155 ammunition through the development and fielding of the Precision Guidance Kit, fielded Excalibur and bonus munitions, and developed our service and partner nations efforts. He championed efforts to harden GPS-based guidance munitions and developed non-GPS alternatives for GPS-degraded and denied environments. He advanced rapid material solutions for extended range cannon artillery, directed, planned, and provided oversight for 200 separate modernization projects, valued at more than $2.6 billion across the 5 government-owned, contractor-operated Army ammunition plants. These projects are designed to increase production capacity, improve safety, ensure environmental compliance, and ultimately result in a more robust ammunition enterprise. Al Abramson also invested wisely in his people. He taught his entire workforce to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Let me explain. One is often uncomfortable in new environments, exploring new experiences, and learning new things. Discomfort often drives us forward. It was a lesson in leadership embraced by his team. He's also maintained an open door policy where everyone and anyone could come in and discuss what was on their mind, from issues with particular programs to the latest news on their family to better ways of doing business. Brigadier General Abramson was not only a skilled leader, he was a good listener. Today, we recognize also Brigadier General Vince Malone as our new Joint Program Executive Officer for Armaments and Ammunition. He is now fully in charge of the mission to include lifecycle management of conventional ammunition and serve as the Department of Defense single manager for conventional ammunition to all services. He will, I am sure, build on the legacy of Brigadier General Abramson, Serving as a Joint Program Executive Officer requires a special blend of skills. The job requires strong leadership, sound judgment, excellent communication skills, integrity, and technical expertise. JPEO Armaments and Ammunition is also unique in that it must retain its critical nexus with a warfighter, including key investment decisions in developing joint warfighting capability. Vince Malone possesses these attributes. He has my full support and confidence as he leads this world-class team into the future. My best wishes to him, his wife Carol, and their entire family. For Al Abramson, I am joined by the entire 42,000-member Army acquisition workforce and the soldiers we serve in sending heartfelt congratulations for a job well done. We send all good wishes to him, his wife Pamela, and their entire family for a well-deserved retirement filled with health and happiness. In closing, I want to express my sincere thanks to all of you for a great effort each day in accomplishing the mission, even under these very trying conditions of COVID-19. This crisis has given us the opportunity to be our very best. I am heartened by your dedication to the great job done under such trying circumstances. I could not be more proud of your efforts. Many of us in the acquisition community serve in uniform. Many of us serve in civilian clothes. All of us clearly see this service to the nation a calling and demonstrate it through unwavering accomplishment of our duty despite even personal risk. Thank you for your dedication, patriotism, and example of selfless service. I am proud and honored to serve with you.
Thank you, Dr. Jetty. The next message will be from the outgoing Joint Program Executive Officer for Armaments and Ammunition and Commanding General, Picatinny Arsenal, Brigadier General Alfred F. Abramson III.
Team Picatinny, it has come to that portion in time for me with mixed emotions to say farewell to you all. It's been my absolute honor and privilege to work alongside a truly dedicated professional workforce team. It has been extremely rewarding to visit the different spaces on the installation to see firsthand the work you do in support of our warfighters. I was always impressed as well as encouraged that the work you do will provide lethal capability for our service members, not only for today, but the service members who will serve well into the future. I've been honored to attempt to visit the 24 tenant organizations on the installation and hope I've provided equal attention along this journey. All are important, all are equal, all have made great strides, each and every one of us here on Picatinny. Picatinny is truly the center of excellence for lethality. As you all know, we had to cancel both the change of command as well as the retirement ceremony. This would have been both Pam and I's excellent opportunity to thank all of you for the support of 3+ years that we've grown to know each other. Although a disappointment for having to cancel these time-honored traditions, if the impromptu parade that Lieutenant Colonel Morgan and his leadership team did on that installation that we executed last month was any indication of the emotional challenges we or I would have had to have wrestled with, I'm somewhat okay with skipping those events. Our youngest daughter, who was present during the parade, said, "I had tears in my eyes, but I promise you that it was very windy that day." Both Pam and I was very humbled by those that were able to participate, as well as a myriad of folks that sent us kind words via emails. Again, thank you very much. Your words meant a lot. To the JPEO family, words cannot express how honored I am to have been associated with a great organization. Please remember, brick and mortar and windows do not make up the character of an organization. It is the people that work within them. The people set the tone, set the culture, set the conditions for success. You've done all of that extremely well and at multiple levels. It is encouraging to witness all part of the organization who values the importance of growing the force for the future. The leaders, each and every one of you, have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to get the mission accomplished while at the same time grow the workforce for the future. We are all better for your efforts. Remember to continue to do the right things for the right reasons, and it's okay to be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's an indication of growth. Lastly, in this time of acquisition reform, the CFT requirements proceed until apprehended as long as it's legal, moral, and ethical. To all, Pam and I, we wish you and yours all the very best during these challenging times. We hope you and your families remain safe and healthy during this unprecedented times. We hope the return of normalcy comes sooner rather than later. I know this is a multicultural and multi-religious installation, which truly represents the fabric of our nation that we serve. That said, may your God or deity bless you and your family on your journey. May he hold you in the palm of his hands in moments of uncertainty and in the moments of challenge, and may he guide your steps all through your professional career and all through your life. I thank you. Good luck. Abramson out.
From ancient times, armies throughout the world have conducted ceremonies to commemorate victory over the enemy, to honor comrades in arms, and to celebrate special occasions such as a change of charter. History reveals it was not uncommon for the soldiers in the field to be unaware of whom their commanders were or what they looked like. The formal change of command afforded these soldiers the opportunity to witness the proceedings and actually see their commanders. Today, the primary purpose of the change of charter is to allow subordinates to witness the formal transfer of total responsibility, authority, and accountability from one officer to another. I will now read the Assumption of Charter Order. As Program Executive Officer, you will utilize the Family of Systems concept to ensure integration and interoperability are achieved between U.S. Army programs to support a full spectrum force. You will, as the responsible management official, provide overall direction and guidance for the development, acquisition, testing, product improvement, and fielding while ensuring total ownership cost reduction. You will maintain the U.S. Army perspective in managing your programs and will report directly to me. You will place primary management emphasis and oversight on balancing cost, schedule performance, and supportability while capitalizing on acquisition reform initiatives. You will lead and directly control assigned program managers. You will ensure that acquisition workforce career development and competency standards are actively pursued. In accordance with Department of Defense Directive 5000.2 and my appointment by order of the Secretary of the Army as the Army Acquisition Executive, I hereby designate Brigadier General Vincent F. Malone II as the Joint Program Executive Officer for Armaments and Ammunition. Signed, Dr. Bruce D. Jetty. We will now hear from the incoming Joint Program Executive Officer for Armaments and Ammunition and Commanding General, Picatinny Arsenal, Brigadier General Vincent F. Malone II.
Hello, everyone. To our distinguished guests, friends, family, and teammates remotely joining us here at Picatinny Arsenal, it is a pleasure to be with you here today. We truly are in unprecedented times. Just a few months ago, I never would have imagined the Army conducting virtual ceremonies, but under the current conditions, they are not unprecedented. Nevertheless, I'm looking forward to meeting all of you in person when we get through this challenge. For now, I appreciate you taking the time to view this ceremony. I would like to begin by thanking you, Dr. Jetty, for entrusting me with the responsibility of serving as the Joint Program Executive Officer for Armaments and Ammunition and the Senior Commander of Picatinny Arsenal. I look forward to working with you, Lieutenant General Marion, and the ASALT staff in the days ahead. Brigadier General Abramson, thanks for all you have done to posture the JPEO and Picatinny Arsenal for success going forward. In particular, the COVID-19 pandemic has required decisive leadership, and I know that is exactly what you have provided to Team Picatinny. I think I speak on behalf of the entire team in thanking you for your many years of dedicated service, not only to Team Picatinny, but to this great nation. We wish you and Pam continued success and happiness as you transition to the next phase of your Army career. In my own Army journey, countless soldiers, DoD civilians, and family members have enabled my success in every assignment. While you are too numerous to name, I thank each and every one of you. I would not be here today were it not for the love and support of my wife of 26 years. Carol, thanks for always being by my side. You're my rock, and I love you. Carol and I are both very excited to be joining Team Picatinny and the broader armaments and ammunition enterprise. No doubt there will be challenges in our time together here at Picatinny. Our nation is not only facing the threat from COVID-19, but threats from major powers across the globe. These powers have implemented modernization programs to offset our conventional superiority, and the challenges they present are increasingly trans-regional, multi-domain, and multifunctional. Today, political, economic, social, and technological changes are creating challenges and opportunities for maintaining the Army's land-power dominance. To overcome these threats and to capitalize on opportunities, our nation requires a more lethal, resilient, and rapidly innovating military. But we can't do it alone. We must maintain a robust network of allies and partner nations to ensure the favorable balance of power that safeguards the free and open international order we enjoy today. We have a critical mission and part to play in our nation's defense. JPEO Armaments and Ammunition, along with the broader Picatinny team, lead the development, procurement, and delivery of lethal armaments and ammunition, providing joint warfighters with overmatched capabilities to defeat current and future threats. To meet the Army's priorities of readiness, modernization, and reform, it takes people, soldiers, civilians, families, and veterans, so we must put people first, as they are the Army's greatest strength. In addition to ASALT and the DA staff, we depend on AFC, the CFTs, the R&D centers, user communities, fires, maneuver support center of excellence, Army Material Command, and the Joint Munitions Command, Congress, and our many industry partners across the U.S. and abroad. Together, the armaments and ammunition enterprise has not only ensured today's readiness to answer the call for our nation, but is investing to secure tomorrow's readiness by nurturing a viable industrial base and an innovative workforce to provide the overmatched capabilities required to defeat future threats. Sustaining those two key investments in the future is my highest priority. As JPEO, I will seek to foster an enterprise culture based on trust, empowerment, collaboration, and workforce well-being as we build upon the many successes achieved through all of your efforts to date. As Senior Mission Commander, I will endeavor to ensure all those who come through the cannon gates, whether they live here on post or come here to work, enjoy a safe, supportive, and collaborative community and work environment. To our state and local elected officials, I look forward to our initial introductions and to understanding how we best work together to further our collective missions. Finally, to my family, and especially my daughter Brooke, who was snowed out of my last ceremony at Natick Soldier Systems Center a little over 2 years ago. I'm thinking of you all today and know that you are here in spirit. As I conclude, I once again thank the Honorable Bruce Jetty for the opportunity to lead the great armaments and ammunition community. It is my privilege and honor to be part of this great team, Team Picatinny. Stay safe, stay strong. We will persevere, we will overcome this challenge, and we will come together as mission partners and a community once again. Army strong.
As a Picatinny tradition, Brigadier General Abramson will now pass the keys to the cannon gate to Brigadier General Malone. The cannon gate, serving as the main entrance to the arsenal since 1885, has a dynamic history. The 4 mammoth Columbiad cannons sitting vertically, topped with 8-inch cannonballs, connected with wrought iron, made right next door in New York City, has long been an icon representing the passageway to Picatinny Arsenal and the cutting-edge weapon technologies developed here. The passing of the keys represents the final official act in the transfer of leadership from Brigadier General Alfred F. Abramson III to Brigadier General Vincent F. Malone II.
General Malone, on behalf of the 6,500 team employees that work here on the Picatinny Arsenal, the 24 tenant organizations, it is my honor and privilege to pass off to you the cannon gate keys. This represents the leadership of the installation. I wish you well.
Thank you, General Abramson. And I can't think of a more fitting symbol of the passing of the responsibilities as senior commander. It's not a job that I take lightly, and every day I will strive to do my best to serve the JPEO and Team Picatinny well.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of our host, the Honorable Bruce Jetty, thank you for watching.